Okay, rub your fingers, get some heat. Okay, you gotta get in between the fingers and do the way you don't normally do. So let's say your fingers are crossed how you always do, and then kind of go the other, kind of move one finger over and then do that. And then get the palms, try to get a lot of heat. And then make your hands so they're like little mitts and rub there. And then let's take this heat and just place the palms on your eyes. And so the palms are gonna go right over the eyes. And hopefully we got a little heat. I think my hands are a little still chilly, but hopefully your hands got a little warmer. Just let the eyes relax underneath your hands. And this may take a moment to find your breath. And if you're seated, feel your feet on the ground. Also, if you're standing, just feel your feet on the ground. And find that nasal breath. Kind of check in, how do you feel? How's your body? How's your mood? And then let's kind of slowly remove the hands. Might be a little bright. We're going to do a little tapping. We're going to tap along the jaw, the cheekbone, sorry, and then the jawline. And we tap just as a way of sensory, a way of waking up our body, bringing our mind to our body through touch. And then when we tap the jaw, just kind of pay attention in your own body. Does one side feel a little tighter than the other, or sensitive? You're going to feel that area. And whichever side is tighter, just go to that side and just tap that side. Just kind of right in front of the ear, right where the jaw, lower jaw, and the cheekbone meet. Great. Okay, and then we're going to go back to both jaws. We're going to come down to the chin and back up to the base of the ear. So chin to the ear. We're going to do this about a couple more seconds. Okay. Let's take this tapping to the forehead, right between the eyebrows. And then we'll take the tapping up and over the top of the head to the base of the neck. And then back over the head. So over the head to the base of the neck and back. And really get in there to your skull. So really feel this head. Notice if even the head, which often we don't necessarily pay a ton of attention to, is there sensitive spots as I tap? Does my head feel tight? And then get the sides of the head. Now when we tap above the ears, what's kind of cool to know is that you're also stimulating your inner ears, which control our balance systems. So we're giving a little stimulus into the head, into the inner ear. And then go behind the ears. And then let's grab the ears, pull down. Sometimes this can be a little bit sensitive. And then we'll go to the sides of the ears, pull out. And if your head is tight, you'll feel like a little stretch, yeah? And then go to the top of the ears, pull up. One more time, go to the bottom, pull down. Woo. Go to the sides, pull out. Good. Go to the tops, pull up. Okay, and then shake your hands. Let that go. Let's do a little throat stroking. So we're going to stroke down the front of the throat. We're going to go a little brisk here. See if we can kind of create a little rhythm, one hand and then the other. And then we're going to go from the back of the head down to the chest. Back of the head down. Couple more times. 2 more. And then we're going to leave our hands here, right on these collarbones. So these your collarbones meet the sternum. We're going to leave our hands there, and my hands are going to kind of, let's actually stack the hands. Your hands are going to kind of press, pull down as you lift your chin to the sky. And then come back to center. So hands pull down. We're going to stretch the fascia of the front of your neck. Hands pull down, chin reaches up. And then come back to center. Hands pull down, chin up, chin up. And back to center. Hopefully feeling some stretch here. One more time. Hands pull down, chin reaches up. And then back to center. Hands on the, now we're getting into a little bit of some jaw glides. And we're going to find our hands, find the ears, go right in front of your ears. This is where the lower jaw is, okay? And we're going to relax the lower jaw just slightly. Yeah, so either sit or stand. Ron will be more comfortable for now. So the lower jaw relaxes a little bit. So there's just a little space between my upper teeth and my lower jaw. And I'm going to glide my jaw into one side and then the other. And if this is hard, that's okay. Try to stay relaxed as you do it. Try to let that jaw just move a little bit. And these kinds of glides are one of the exercises that can help reduce the symptom of tremor. Gliding. A couple more, let it be very relaxed. Notice which side might feel like you're really pushing. Can you do it less? Even if it's small, it's okay. Great. Come back to center. 2 fingers on the front of your chin. Head stays long. My chin, my lower jaw now is going to go forward. And it's going to come back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. One more. Forward and back. Could we go forward? Could we go to the right? Could we go back? I can't talk and say that. So we're going to try to make a circle. If you could talk and do it at the same time, extra credit points, but I can't do it. So you're going to try to make a circle with your jaw. It's super hard. Try the other direction. One more. Whew, let that go. It's a lot of concentration. All right, head turns. Whew, neck, shake it out a little bit. Long spine, lead with your nose, turn the head over the left. Lead with the nose, turn over the right. Can you keep your body still? Just turn the head. Turning, use your eyes. Feel like you were turning from the nose, and don't over push, but also go to your edge a little bit. So where's my edge without pain or discomfort? Where's the edge of that turn, that rotation? And I see behind me almost without this, without jerking on the neck. And then come back to center. Ooh, so we're going to do one more for the head. I know there's a lot of energy going on in our heads. We're going to use our nose. We're going to imagine, we can close our eyes for this one, but I'm going to talk you through it first. We're going to imagine there's a vertical figure 8 in front of us that we are going to trace with our nose. So it's always helpful for me to close, but I'm going to trace that figure 8 with my nose. Okay, you can make it really small. Again, you can close your eyes. If you're standing, just be aware it could be a little dizzying. So if you get dizzy, just make sure, hold on to something. See if you can trace a figure 8. See that figure 8? Can I trace it with my nose? And again, don't go into pain or discomfort. And then let's go the other direction. So spiraling movements, circular movements, rotations are all really great movements that help to reduce tremors. It stimulates that part of the brain, the basal ganglia. One more this direction. All right, back to center. Woo! It always makes me a little dizzy. Hopefully you're all right. And now we're going to do some breath with spinal movement. So Adam, you might want to sit down, or you could, because we're going to do this in a chair for right now. I might be able to do it standing. But we're going to do a spinal movement with with breath. We really want to make sure our breath and our movement go together. So I'm nice and tall on my sits bones. Hands are on my legs. I'm going to inhale, lifting through the spine. So the inhale lifts, and then you're going to exhale, you're going to curl pelvis, you're going to round. And I'm looking at my belly, my hands reach forward. Inhale brings you up. Inhale brings the body forward and up. Exhale, round. Coordinating the breath with our movement. Inhale, bring the spine forward and up, even look up. Exhale, round. Use your breath to move the body. Inhale, lift forward and up. Exhale, round. Feel the pelvis, feel the ribs reach back, feel the hands reach forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round back. That's it. Inhale, lift the spine. Lift. Exhale, round back. Last two, use your breath to really move the spine. Inhale is the lift. Exhale is round. One more time. Inhale to lift. Get those. Yeah, exhale to round. All right, come back to center. We're going to rotate the spine. Let's actually make genie arms. So for now, we're going to keep our pelvis pretty grounded, feet ungrounded. And we're going to see if we could rotate from above the belly button, just below these low ribs. So I'm going to isolate between the upper and the bottom. So my arms are easy, shoulders are easy. I'm just going to rotate towards the right. I come back to center. So my hands are going to stay where they are. They're going to want to separate, but we're going to just leave our hands where they are. We're going to rotate from our center, from above the belly button, and then come back. Let's exhale to rotate. Inhale back. Exhale, rotate. Inhale back. It's like you were wringing out your center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Good. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Good. Hands a little lower so the shoulders don't get high. That's better. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Last one, other way. Exhale, rotate. And I look behind me. Inhale, center. Take the arms out to a big T position. We're going to reach through the arms, feel the chest wide, long spine. Let's make figure eights here. Like we have two big vertical figure eights on our sides. And we're going to trace those figure eights. Yep. Know which way you're going. See if you can follow, trace those figure eights. See it in your mind's eye. Map it out with the arms. One more this direction. Can we go the other way? Woo! And the arms get a little bit of a workout. Notice which direction is more challenging. Picture the figure eights on the sides of you, and you're tracing those figure eights. Good, one more. Shoulders get work, arms get work. Good, and then rest. Woo, arms are heavy. Side bend, reach to the floor, reach. Over we go. Imagine you could pour water out your ear. Pull yourself up with the other hand. Side bend here. I'm reaching armpit to rib, rib to hip. This whole side shortens so this side can open. And I pour water out my ear. And then my other hand pulls me back. Exhale, we go. Inhale, we come up. Find your breath. Exhale, we go. Inhale, we come up. Exhale. Inhale. Stay on your pelvis. One more time each side. Exhale. Inhale up. Last time to the right. Exhale over. There we go. Inhale up. Nice tall seat. Let your shoulders go forward. Shoulders come up. Shoulders go back. And they go down. Spine stays long. Shoulder blades come forward. They come up. Can they squeeze together? Can they slide down? They come forward, up, squeeze, and down. Circles with our shoulders, but we're mapping out each position. Squeeze and back. One more. Go forward, up. We connect the dots. Just your shoulders. The arms are just hanging by your sides. Let's go the other way. We're going to go down. Oh, we're going to go down. Sorry. Back, up, forward. Down, back, up, forward. That's it. Down, yes. Back, up, forward. Could we smooth it out? Could I smooth out each of those positions? Keep your spines tall. It's a little tough. One shoulder might be harder than the other. All right, good. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to do a little for the feet because our feet are important. So we're going to let's bring the left foot up over the right thigh. And you're just going to take our thumbs and find that where the arch comes up towards the top of the foot here, where that the little divot is. And you're just going to press into that little divot. So it's a little sensitive. Right where the arch ends towards the toes, I'm going to press in. And then I'm going to release. You're going to press and release. Notice if it's sensitive. It's sensitive usually. Press and release, press, and release. We're going to go to the middle of the foot. Now right in the arch. You're going to press and release. We're going to press and release. And you can get in there. You get to decide how much you want to press. And release. One more. Press and release. Go to right in front of the heel. So this part's kind of hard to get into sometimes, but I'm going to push in and kind of towards the heel, and then I release. I'm going to press in, get in there, and release. Fingers get a little workout. Press and release. One more. Press and release. Shake the hands a little bit. Shake your thumbs. Little flicks maybe. And then we're going to do one more little thing for our foot. We're going to grab each side of the foot. So I'm grabbing the big toe mound with my palm of my hand and the pinky toe mound with the palm of my hand. And all I'm going to do is do like a little twist here. I'm taking my foot and I'm twisting with my hands side to side, giving some rotation in my foot. We're going to do quite a few moments of this. So side to side. It's some movement in these bones of the feet. Our feet have a ton of sensors in them. And a couple more rotations here. And then I just want you to grab all your toes, well, as many toes as you can. You might need to use both hands. And just drag the toes forward. Drag the toes forward. And pull on the toes. You could do individual toes if you'd like, or all the toes. A couple more times. And then just release, place that foot down on the ground. Just notice if there's any change in how that foot feels on the ground. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. So we start at the top of the following the foot all the way up to where it meets the ball of the foot, the arch, until that little groove. And then we're going to take our thumbs and you press in. And one side might be really sensitive and one side might not be very sensitive. And then you release. So a little press and release. And you can use a pinky ball to do these presses too. This is great. This is along the plantar fascial line. So if anybody likes to run and any kind of high impact sports, this is a really good release. It's really good for everyone really, but especially if you get a lot of impact here. One more time, press and release. And then you're going to go right into the center of the foot, right center of the arch. Press there, and release, press, and release, press, and release. Let's go to the right in front of the heel, your heel, and find that kind of groove that I press in. Maybe I want to use my knuckles. You can get creative. I'm going to use my thumbs, but you could use your knuckles if you wanted. Press in and release, press in, release. Notice I'm using my body a little bit to help me. Yeah, there you go. One more. Press and release. And then let's take hold on to either side. So I'm taking my palms of my hands, grab my big toe mound, grab my pinky toe mound, and I'm going to do a little side to side rotation for my foot. I'm using my hands. I'm noticing, does this side feel tighter, a bit more stuck? Can I get that rotation? Is it moving at all? Hopefully a little bit. Keep going, a couple more moments here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and grab the toes. You can grab a couple toes. Just kind of drag the toes long. You can do one at a time. I get some energy through the toes, some release, some stretch, some traction here. Great. And then let's let that go. Shake your hands. Let's do one more thing seated, and then we'll go to standing. So spread your hands wide. Elbows can be by our sides a little bit so we're not too necky. Let's curl the fingers in. We're going to do hand waves. We're just going to do the fingers first. We'll do the thumbs second. We're going to reach our hands down, our fingers down, and I'm going to curl my fingers back up and release. Curl fingers, reach them down, bring them back up, release. Curl, reach them down, bring them up, release. Curl, down, up, release. Leave the fingers there. Thumb comes in. It's going to curl and come back out. Goes in, curls back out. Goes in and out. Hoping you can see. In, out. There you go. In, out. Let's go curl fingers, curl thumb, reach knuckles to the ground. Woo, wrist stretch. Then reach all the fingers long and reach back towards you. Curl fingers, curl thumb, reach knuckles to the ground, reach fingers, pull fingers back. One more time. Curl fingers, curl thumb, reach knuckles down. So your wrist stretch. You're like this. Yep, that's it. And then reach the hands and pull back. Good, shake it out. All right, let's come to standing. I'm gonna do some, keep your chairs nearby if you'd like for some balance. We're gonna do some circular motion standing here. Okay, so first circular motion we're gonna do is called Hourglass Hips, okay? So you wanna be about hip width distance apart. Hopefully you guys, hold on, I'm gonna put another light on. Okay, so hips about, feet are about hip width distance. We're thinking of the hips. So my hips are on the sides here, and I'm gonna take my hips to the right. I'm gonna take my hips behind me, to the left, and forward. They go right, they go back, they go side, they go forward. If you need to soften the knees, you can do that. Let's smooth it out. Let's go to each of those positions. Imagining you're in like a big hula hoop. Couple more. Circling around. You'll feel the edges of that hula hoop and you'll notice, ooh, there might be a little stretches here. Hopefully you're keeping your back long so the work is in the hip. Yep, follow that circular motion. And then can we go the other way? Well, let's go the other way. And if you need to bend the knees a little bit, you can. Good, my head is opposite my pelvis. So I'm moving from my hips versus circling the pelvis. It's a little different than a pelvic. Oh. Do we understand? Does that make sense? On the side. We're going to do pelvis in a moment. There you go. That's better. We got it. It's a little harder to move the pelvis or the hips in this way. And then let's break it down. Let's go smaller. So now we're going to go hip pelvis. So we're going to do this again. We're going to soften the knees though. This is not what we did. This is now pelvis versus hips. I'm going to go curl pelvis. Let my pelvis go back. So just pelvic curls. This is a pelvis movement. Pelvis forward, pelvis back. Pelvis forward, pelvis back. Pelvis forward, stay here. Keep the tuck. Can you give me a hip hike? Can you give me other side hip hike? Pull the hip up. Pull the hip up. Waistline has to work. Pull up. Pull up. Now I'm going to take my circle. I'm going to come center. Can I circle the pelvis? This is a pelvis circle. So I'm circling the pelvis. Notice my upper body now is not moving. I imagine my tailbone is drawing a circle around my feet. So this is a pelvic movement. Really good to kind of differentiate between both of these because they're important. Yeah, good. That's good. Now can we go the other way with our pelvis? Circle the other direction. Can I keep my rest of my body still? Super good mobility here for the low back and the hips. Couple more this direction. Move from very low in the pelvis. All right, come back to center, straighten the legs. We're gonna go back to your hips, your hourglass hips. So pelvic, hips slide. Hips slide back. Hips slide to this other side. That's better. Hips slide forward. My body's in one long line. My hips slide to the side. They go back kind of through a hip hinge. They go to the other side and they come forward. Yeah, that's it. We go side. Notice how it feels a little different. Back, side, forward. That's awesome. One more time. Side, back, side, forward. Let's go the other way. Side, back, side, forward. This is a toughie, but it's important. Side, back, side, forward. One more. Side, back, side, forward. Rest. That was a lot of thinking. Let's go to our knees. So you're going to rub your knees. Rub the sides of the knees, the insides of the knees, outsides of the knees, and especially the back of the knees. So a lot of love to the back and the knees. Why? Because we have lymph in the back of our knees, and it gets congested. And the only way lymph moves is if we actually move our body, or from really good breathing work. Okay, so come on up. Let's go into, we're going to do some knee circles. So we're going to take a kind of a long lunge position. I'll go sideways so you can see. My back heel is on the ground. My front knee is bent. Okay, and I'm not narrow because then I'm going to have to work a lot of balance. I'm kind of wide, and I'm parallel. My pelvis, let's all put our hands on our pelvis. So now the pelvis doesn't move, so it's pelvic stability. But I'm going to move my shin. So I'm going to let my knee go forward a little bit. My knee's going to slide in, and then I'm going to straighten all the way up. Okay, and then I'm going to go a little bit to the side, and I bend forward again. So we're creating a circle. We're going to go in, we're going to push straight, a little out to the side, and back to center. Make it small. We don't want to go into any discomfort with the knee. We're going to think about that lower shin, creating a little circle. Make sure the pelvis doesn't move around. Yep. Pelvis stays steady. One more this direction. Pause at the straight leg. Let's go straight. Let's go in, forward, out, and straight. In, forward, out, and around. Good. Keep going. We've switched directions. One more. And all the way straight. Rest. Come back to center. Switch sides. We're in a wide position. So the bent leg, the leg that's forward, is the working leg. Your back leg is going to stay straight the whole entire time. So we're going to get a little hip opener. Hands on the hips so that your pelvis stays neutral. So my shin or my knee is going to go forward. It's going to go in. I'm going to go straight. And I'm going to go out a little bit and back to center. So we're going to go inside circles first. Push from the foot and feel your foot nice and wide on the ground. So the foot stays nice and wide. I'll do one more this direction. Keep it easy. A little bit of balance. And then you'll change direction. Change directions. Feel that foot spread. Can I feel my shin move in the circular motion? My knee, my shin. It's also work.
You're doing a smoothie now?
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah, kind of light on the
I'll mute everyone. Hold on.
Oh.
That's okay. I thought I muted everybody too, but maybe. No worries. All right. And then come back to center. Let's bring our feet center. Hands on the ribs. A little rib glides. These are also hard, but that's why we have to do it, because we want to do those things that we don't do, right? So that makes our brains happy, actually. So easy shoulders. Can we slide the ribs to the right? Did I slide my ribs to the left? Did I slide the ribs like someone pulled my shirt, and then they pulled my shirt the other way? They pulled so my ribs, my pelvis now is not going to move. My ribs are going to glide. It's not a big motion. Why? Because the ribs, they don't have a huge motion really. And also we don't move them this way very much. Yep, that's it. One more each side. Slide, see if you can slide it. See if you can slide it. And then rest. Arms by your sides. We're going to do a roll down. It's a little bit, it can be a little balancy. But we'll go take it slow. So we're going to take our head. You're going to look up to the sky, see up. Remember that neck stretch we had earlier? And then we're going to do a chin tuck. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, and let's just roll down. Now you'll bend your knees as you need. Use your eyes here. So make sure you're seeing where you're going. See the floor, see your feet, see your knees. Take an inhale when we get down here. And then on your exhale, you're going to think of that pelvis curling under you, and you'll roll back up. Use your exhale. Stacking the spine, nice and tall. Inhale, we look up, lift the chest up, see your ceiling. And then exhale, we do a chin tuck. We curl down, and we're looking. I'm seeing my clothes I'm wearing, the color of my clothes. Oh, there's my hands hanging. There's the floor. There's my feet. Inhale here. Exhale, roll up. Deep exhale. Let your body be moved by your breath. Follow the breath. Inhale, lift up. We'll do one more. Looking up. Exhale, we go chin tuck. Try to exhale all the way down. Rolling down. Hanging forward. Let's hang here. Stay here. You're going to shake the head no. You're going to shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Inhale, soft knees. Exhale, roll it up. Can you exhale all the way up? Nice and tall. Woo. Okay, good. Let's go to the mat. Now when we get to the mat, we are going to do all fours work. So make sure you have a little knee pad perhaps. If you need something for your hands, you could roll your mat, placing the palm of the hand on the edge of the mat, and or fists are okay too. Okay, so we're going to do a cat-cow. We're going to lead it. It's like a circular motion, like a wave. Okay, and I'll talk us through it. But first, let's just come to all fours. How are we doing? Okay, so my hands are underneath the shoulders. My knees are underneath my hips. My fingers are alive. My hands are pressing. And I'm feeling like I'm right in the center of my body. We're going to lead today with the head. So we're going to go chin tuck, ribs push up, and then we're going to curl the pelvis under. We want to feel each part of the spine kind of articulate through those areas, okay? And then you're holding here in this round shape. Notice your shoulder blades. Are they way up to your ears? Could my shoulders slide down a little bit and go wide and forward versus up? And then I'm going to take my tailbone, and we're going to take the tailbone back and up. We're going to roll through the spine. We're going to let our chest actually fall to the floor and your shoulders slide in. And then I might look forward a little bit. So my arms are straight, but my shoulders are sliding in, and I'm getting extension in my spine. And then we're going to start to press the hands, chin tuck, lift your ribs, curl and round. Curl that tailbone. Find that round shape. Take a breath here in the round shape. Check on your shoulders again. Are the shoulders wide and forward versus up to the ears? And then take the tailbone, send it back. Sits bones go wide. Let's roll through, letting your chest actually soften towards the floor. Shoulder blades will slide in. And then one more. Pressing the floor away, chin tuck, press those ribs up to the sky, curl the tailbone under, find your round shape, let the head dangle. Shake the head no, shake your head yes. Shoulders are wide and forward. Take an inhale and start to let your tailbone go up and back, sits bones wide. Let's roll through one more time to extension, letting your spine actually drop downward towards the floor. Your shoulders will slide into the spine. Yes. Okay, good. And then just press to neutral. Let's come off our hands for a moment to shake the hands. We're going to take a little break. We'll come back to something there, but let's take our hands, make a little fist, and do a little circle here. Just a wrist circle. Yeah, and find whatever's comfortable. I'm kind of in a staggered position, but whatever's comfortable seated, and then circle the other way. Kind of notice what you like. How am I seated? What do I go to, right? And then let's go sidewise. So we're going to lay on our, left sides, I guess, facing the camera, of course. Okay, great. So my hand right now is just going to support. It can be under me like this. I could grab a pillow, or I could send my hand long for this support. So you get to decide what feels best. My top leg is going to reach long. And I really want to feel like the leg reached so much long that my side waistline comes up a little bit. Okay, so my waistline lifts up a little bit. And then I'm gonna place my hand on my top hip, and we're gonna let the hip come up towards the rib, and then the hip go down towards the far towards the foot. Hip comes up, hip goes down. Hip comes up, hip goes down. Hip slides up. This time hip slides down. Keep it down, keep it long. Take your leg, lift it up slightly higher, and take the leg behind you. My leg is long. I'm going to point my foot and give me a little foot circle back there. Circle that foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go the other way. Just your foot. Just my foot. Can I just circle my foot? Everything else is still. That's pretty. I have to differentiate my foot from my leg. Now point your foot. Now it's a leg circle. It's a leg circle. 1, 2, let's go back. 3, 4, circle. 5, maybe it's more like a squiggly line, but imagine you could make a circle, like you were drawing a circle with your foot on that far wall. Let's go circle forward circles. 1, 2, can I trace that circle? Even though my hip is starting to burn and feel work. 3, circle from your thigh bone, your whole leg. 2 more. Circle, circle, and then bend. Place that leg on top of your other leg. Take both arms, the bottom arm's coming forward, and I'm off. My shoulder now is kind of in front of me. So I'm not stacked, my bottom shoulder's forward. My top hand's going to reach past my bottom fingers. My head rolls into the floor. And I'm going to make a big circle around my head. So I'm going to start to circle my arm over the head. My hand does not have to touch the floor, but I'm going to make a big circle all the way till I come to a T position. My ribs roll open. I'm looking at the ceiling. Just pause here. Feel that stretch of the torso, that rotation, and it's an opposition, right? My ribs are one way, my legs are the other way. And then take that arm, and we're going to come back the way we came. So we're going to reach over, back overhead, circling back to our sides. Reach the top arm forward, inhale. Exhale again, we open over, we start to make a big circle overhead. Let your ribs roll, let your head roll. Open we go. Inhale, let's go back the way we came. That's it. Awesome. Good. One more time. Take that top arm, reach it forward, past the bottom fingers, and then trace a big circle. Reach as you stretch. Maybe my hand isn't on the floor. That's okay. I can lift my arm and I can still stretch. Maybe I get more of a stretch if I let my arm be higher. Roll your ribs, roll your head. Take a breath. And then big circle back. Feel your fingers. Feel that your fingers tracing a half circle all the way back till we come back to our sides. And then we're going to take our hand, you're just going to press yourself up, and we'll just switcheroo to the other side. So let's just switcheroo. We'll lay on the other side. Okay, so we're going to do this hip hike on this side slightly different. We're not going to lengthen our leg this time. We're going to keep our legs bent. But we are going to place our hand on our hip. Now, we're going to let the hip slide up. So when I do that, when I let my hip slide up, notice how the bottom waistline's flush to the ground, and then I reach my hip long. I let my hip come up, and I reach it long. Can I feel that? Can I feel my hip? It kind of slides forward enough, and then it goes down and back. Hip comes up, waistline to the floor, hip goes down. Maybe it's small, but see if you can get any type of movement here. One more time. Hip comes up, shortening the top, and then the hip goes long. The top of my waistline goes long with it. Keep the waistline long and start to lengthen your leg long. And let's do this. So we're going to keep our leg parallel this time, and we'll do our ankle circles here. So you're going to point your foot and give me some big, well, the foot might point and flex, but we're going to do some big ankle circles just with our foot. Our leg doesn't move. 4, 5, 6. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now point your foot, take your leg behind you on a diagonal. I'm still lifted up through my center. I'm not sitting in my low back. So you have some core lift up through the front. You're reaching your leg back and you feel a little bit of an opening in your hip. Now we're going to do these circles with the whole leg. So the whole leg is going to circle back. 1, can be small. 2, 3, can I keep the rest of my body still? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One side might be different. Circle the other way. 1. Can I map that circle out? 2, 3, breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then bend the leg. Woo, good work. Take that the bottom arm, reach it forward. Now my bottom shoulder comes forward too. My head can hang. If this is too much for anyone's neck, because it is a neck stretch, you could always put a little pillow here as well, all right? Top arm's going to reach forward past those bottom fingers. Reach it. And then you're going to make a big circle overhead. Maybe my fingers touch the floor. Maybe they don't. But could I reach? Could I roll and reach all the way open to a T position? Ooh, one side might be tighter than the other. And then you're going to reach and roll back. And I'd love it if we could coordinate some breath here. So let's start with an inhale. Let's open on the exhale. Let's pause and just take an inhale. Let's exhale to come back. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we open. Roll the head, roll the chest, all the way open. We inhale here. And on that exhale, we come back. All the way back. Good. Pausing here. Let's go ahead and press ourselves back up. Okay, we're gonna do a little windshield wiper for the hips before one more thing on hands and knees. So feet are about your mat width apart. I'm just gently resting on my hands. So I don't want to be crashing in my hands. I'm just resting slightly on my hands, but most of my weight is on my pelvis here, and my feet are wide. I'm gonna let my legs fall to the right. And maybe I'm tightening my hips because we also just did that hip work. So maybe my knees don't touch the ground, and that's fine. And then I'm going to roll over my feet. We're going to try to keep the feet where they are, and then we're going to go the other way. When I coordinate my legs to come back together, they arrive, and then they go over together. I come back, both arrive on my feet, and then I go over. I arrive on my feet, and I go over. And if you notice, you might be a little scooting, right? There might be the pelvis starting to scoot forward. If that's the case, just walk your hands towards you again, okay? Let's do a few more here as the hips just kind of open up after our hip work. One more each side. Awesome. Come back to center. Let's go hands behind the thighs. Pull your chest up. Pull up, 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 up. Can I lift my chest to the sky? And then exhale, I'm going to let my chest start to sink back. I'm going to curl my tailbone under, and I'm leaning off my arms. I'm leaning off my legs. And I'm going to look at my belly. And then I'm going to pull myself forward, lift up, stretch up. Exhale, I'm going to curl and lean away from my legs. And pull. My arms are holding on because my ribs are reaching back. Inhale, I pull myself up, lift up. Exhale, curl pelvis, ribs reach back, eyes on the belly. Inhale, bring yourself up, lift the chest. Exhale, round back. Feeling a stretch in our spines. One more time. Inhale, can we keep the knees bent? Can we keep the knees bent? And exhale back. Pause here. We take the arms off. Let's take a couple breaths. Inhaling. When you exhale, hollow out the belly. Inhale. Exhale, hollow out the belly. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, hollow out the belly and continue all the way back down to the ground. Hug the knees into your chest and rock side to side. Massage your low backs into the floor. Rocking side to side. Let's come center, one hand on each knee. Make some big circles with your knees. Notice how the pelvis moves when we circle our knees. Circle the other way. Circling inside those hip sockets. Feel like a little massage is happening. And then pull the knees into your chest a little bit more. Keep the back of the neck long. Take a breath. And then just lay the feet down onto the mat. We'll end with 2 rolling bridges. Arms by your sides. Shoulder heads heavy. Let's close the eyes. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to curl the pelvis under you. And you're going to peel your spine away from the floor. Feeling your way through. Up to the tips of your scapula. Shoulders heavy, neck is easy. Could I lift my pubic bone, feel space widening across the front of my body? Take an inhale here, and exhale, roll your spine back down, lengthening your spine towards your heels, creating a rolling movement through the spine. Inhale at the bottom, let your tailbone just drop to the floor so there's an arch in your back. Then you exhale, curl, the back goes flush, and you pick your spine up one precious vertebra at a time until you come up to the tips of the scapula, not the head, but the shoulders. Take an inhale. A long exhale brings you back down. And just rest at the bottom. Let your body drop into the floor a little bit. Feel any tension. Could we let go of any tension that we are aware of, even if it's just a little bit? Place the hands on the belly. Take an inhale into your bellies. Feel the bellies move as you inhale. Exhale, just easy exhale. Feel how the belly will soften back away from your hands on its own. And then we're going to do an inhale. We're going to inhale belly. We're going to inhale ribs. We're going to inhale shoulders. And then we'll just exhale, let the breath pour back out. Let's do that again. So inhale, belly, ribs, shoulders. And then you exhale, let the breath go back out. Last time, each position gets breath. Inhale, belly, ribs, shoulders. Exhale back, let the body soften back. All right, just slowly roll to your side and easily take your time. Sometimes when we breathe, we get a little dizzy, so coming up. Thank you. Thanks for coming. The crew is all here today. So fun. Super fun.